nearing the end of the fall season, I've got high school football rankings. We'll take a look at some soccer playoffs, and we'll look ahead to some of the top matchups coming up this weekend. Next on SFBN Talks High School Sports. Talk about that game and that team in particular. And let's talk about some of the players. Yeah, so let's talk about that. Welcome to another edition of SFBN Talks High School Sports. I'm your host, Bluestein. Our co-host today is Natalie Egenolf of WIP and Phillies Nation. Natalie, thanks for joining us here on the high school scene.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, there was a game we covered back on October 10th, LaSalle and St. Joe Prep.
Yeah.
And I know that you took a look and watched that game on our website. St. Joe Prep won 35-31. What did you think of that game?
It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. And I mean, you know, I'm so used to, as most people are, watching professional level sports, but just to see the authenticity and the, you know, these kids are so genuine out there, really playing because they love the game. Yeah, you know, no high salaries, no politics. It's really just such genuine football at such a raw level, and I just loved it.
Yeah, and I was
really loved
the crowd atmosphere. I know it's not 60,000 people.
No, but it's still.
It was still several thousand people.
Yeah, I mean that's really where fandom begins on the high school level. It was really awesome. It was really awesome. I'm glad I got to take a look at it.
Now, I know you watched a couple of other games as well, so I have my own mid-season city rankings, but after watching a few games, who do you think is the best team?
I think St. Joe's Prep is going to be really tough to beat. Yeah, they just look solid all around. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they've got some great players, some stellar recruits, and you know what? I have them as number one in my city rankings as well, which we'll take a look at right now. I've got LaSalle at number 2,
okay,
obviously you saw.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Can you just explain to me the divisions and how they work?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. High School Football 101. All right, here we go. So we'll show you the Catholic League standings. 4A, 3A, and 2A are the general classifications in PIAA, right? So it's based on the enrollment. So the 4A teams, St. Joe Prep is number 1, they're 2-0. LaSalle, Roman Catholic, Father Judge, they're in there also. So they have the highest enrollment. Then you go down to 3A. Archbishop Wood is the class of 3A. They're not quite as big a school as the Prep or LaSalle, but they're very good. They actually just crushed Bonner Prendy this week.
Okay.
And Bonner Prendy's in second place. And West Catholic, usually the top team in 2A. Another division that's kind of interesting is the Interact. The Haverford School, they're 2-0 this year, probably the best team in that league, but you've got 4 teams behind them at 1-1. It's just so evenly matched in the Interact.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they play some great football.
Yeah, that's so competitive. Kind of like the NFCs.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, with the NFC West, whatever. Yeah, they're very good, very competitive.
Yeah.
Now, if I go to the Suburban, I did a mid-season Suburban rankings as well. And number 1 I have is Coatesville, but they weren't my number 1 going into last week. I had Pennsbury at number 1. They actually got knocked off by North Penn. Kind of a mini upset, but the Knights are a very good team. But something interesting that I wanted to bring to your attention, North Penn has actually beaten Pennsbury 14 times in a row.
Wow, that is insane. That's really insane. I mean, that's just something that you don't get on the professional level.
No.
I mean, you have the Lions go 0-16, but other than that, 14 times in a row, that's really impressive.
Yeah, and even the Lions beat the Packers once in a while, right?
Yeah.
Now, South Jersey, there's also some great football being played. We cover that on the show as well.
Isn't it, what's his name? Jake Parola.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, from Shawnee. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, very solid
I've seen
two-way
his
player.
name pop up Twitter, Facebook, you know, all over the place.
Oh, yeah, he's been in the paper.
Yeah.
And Shawnee is actually my number 1 team in the South Jersey mid-season rankings. But the great thing about South Jersey is they're so competitive. You have Cherokee in there. They actually got upset by Lenape this past weekend.
Lots of Native American names in South Jersey.
Right. That's right. But you've also got some private schools like St. Joseph of Hamilton, very good team. Timber Creek, a very good team as well. They're so close. I would even put like the top 8 teams on my rankings. Just they could be interchangeable.
Wow,
they really could.
That's really incredible.
Yeah. Very solid team. So a lot of great football, and I'm glad you're taking a liking to high school football. What do you think? You're going to keep watching some high school football?
I think I am, and I'm jumping on the St. Joe's Prep train.
Oh, okay.
I mean, after watching them, I'm on board, so.
There's a lot of people on that train right now in the city.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They are a solid team.
Yeah,
so,
they look great.
A lot of great football, a lot of great teams to cover, and we will cover a lot more coming up next on SFBN Talks High School Sports. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
I got the personal attention I needed, I had a lot of options when I graduated, and as far as I'm concerned, this is my dream job.
Ryder prepared me for my NBA career, and I also got the education that I need for life after basketball.
I had 6 teaching internships while I was at Ryder, and right after graduation, I started a career that I love.
Welcome back. As we hit October, we get ready for college basketball season. One of those players at the University of Miami is Jaquan Newton, the Philadelphia Catholic League's all-time leading scorer. Jaquan had a great senior season at Neumann Goretti, but he had to play one of the biggest games of his career with a heavy heart. Here's his story.
Well, as a basketball player, he's probably the best ever to play at the school.
Jaquan Newton is a name now forever synonymous with Philadelphia Catholic League high school basketball.
When I got to see him play, I was like, holy smokes, he really can play. And, you know, I really didn't know he would be as good as he was, but I thought he would be good.
No one, not even Newton himself, would have predicted the success he would have on the court at this level.
Coming in as a 9th grader, no, I didn't expect me to accomplish what I did on the basketball court. You know, so I'm very blessed, and I just kept working, and things just happened over time.
As a kid, it was neat kind of watching him develop into the kid he became, because he's different. You know, he's, like I said, he's headstrong, strong-willed. He's a tough dude. That's the main thing. He's got an unbelievable amount of toughness, and he's got a will to win, a will to succeed. So it doesn't surprise me that he turned out to be as good as he was.
It's not surprising all the accolades that followed him through his high school career, including winning the Marquardt Award, the all-time leading scorer in the Catholic League, and his senior year alone, winning the Catholic League, city, and state championships.
Me winning the Marquardt Award is very good accomplishment for me, my family, and my team, and also my coach. You know, so when I won that award and my name got put on that basketball with all the other Hall of Famers and all the basketball players in Philly, you know, it was a great feeling and a great blessing. Just getting an all-time leading scorer, you know, in history of the Catholic League was a great accomplishment also. When it happened, you know, everybody in my family was very excited for me.
I was really proud of the way he achieved that record. So the way he went about it in all important games, including his teammates, making sure winning was first, was just really showed a lot of his character. Because really, he had a lot of individual accomplishments, and he was a great player, probably one of the greatest in the city's history. But it was always about winning first, and he did a lot of winning in his 4 years.
Me winning the city championship, the state championship, and the Catholic League championship all in 1 year was a great accomplishment for me, my team, and my family also. Many teams don't get a chance to get there, get that far, and be able to win it. So for me to win that basketball game and our team to win and to crown us the Kings.
It takes an incredible player, as well as a strong person to achieve these accomplishments, and his character held strong along the way. Never more than before the state championship game when Jaquan's mother passed away after her battle with cancer.
It was a tough day for all of us. I mean, I didn't really know how to react. I mean, you know, time stood still more or less because I lost my mom to cancer, and I knew Lisa wasn't doing well, but I didn't know she was that close to passing. You know, the furthest thing from my mind was the game. I really didn't care if he played. I didn't care if we won. I didn't care if we went. I just wanted to make sure he was okay. And, then it was getting close to practice time. We went to leave, and he started to follow us. And I said, where are you going? What are you doing? He said, I'm coming to practice. I said, for what? He said, I want to come to practice. I said, you don't have to come to practice, you're fine. He said, no, I want to come to practice where I want to be. So he got in the car, he came to practice, and his teammates embraced him, and practice was great. We had practice like normal.
What gave me the strength to play in that game was basically my teammates, because that day my mom had passed, I came to practice, it was just like regular practice, like nothing had happened, it was just to get it off my mind, and they was there for me from the beginning to the end. So the next day I had to play just for them. It was game time. They just like, Jaquan, this is for your mom, this is for you, so we're gonna do this for you. So, and they was with me from first quarter to fourth quarter to get me through the situation. And I had played great and we won a game.
It was like a movie. I talked to the coaches beforehand. I just don't even know how to coach them today. I'm probably gonna just let them go. And, and they were all okay with it. I'm like, he got us here. I wanna let him have this last game. If he can do it, fine. If not, I wanna be okay with it. We know what he's capable of and what he's meant to us. And like I said, it was like a movie. I couldn't understand. I got chills a few times during the game just being part of it.
And, the support system was very good. My family came to the game, my dad, my aunt, my brothers, and my cousins. So it was great playing in that state championship game.
Lisa was probably his biggest fan, without a doubt. Not probably about it, was definitely his biggest fan. I don't think she missed a game until this year when she was having her problems, with the illness.
Yeah, my emotions was crazy after the game. I was crying after the game because I know my mom would have been at the game. So, and it was hurting knowing that she wasn't there to watch me win that championship game.
But she didn't make those last few, before everything happened. And, so that was kind of a sign, because I knew she wanted to try to get there to the end. I think she had a couple things on her checklist that she was hoping to do, was see his last game, see him off to the prom, and see him graduate, and know he was going to be fine up at Miami, and I think she would have been okay. She got to see most of them. Now it's our job as being his extended family to make sure that those other things come true for her.
Although he will be missed, the future is promising for Newton, getting ready to play his college basketball at the University of Miami.
My expectation for next year is just go in there, work hard, and get ready for the next level. And I'm very excited just to go there and be on the team, new environment, new everything, try to compete with the other guys. And I think I'm good in competing and Philly toughness. So I'm ready for the next level.
Most of all, he never missed practice, never missed a game, always ready to ring the bell. So just not having him around every day is probably going to be different. But he was a great clutch performer. And all that stuff you can't really teach the next guy. You kind of almost have that in you, that wanting to be the star, big moment guy. I always would kid him, saying, he graduates this year with my daughters in his class. I'm like, I don't know who I'm going to be more happy about graduating, my own kid or getting you out of here, and he'd laugh, and I said, but next year when we can't score a basket in some of those games, I'm going to probably be looking all over for you, and you're going to be a little too far away.
No matter how far he rises and what he achieves at the next level, Newton will always know that he will have the hometown cheering his name.
For over 30 years, the Runaround has serviced southeastern Pennsylvania as the premier team outfitter in the region. Located in Abington, the Runaround serves as a one-stop shop for many of the area's top high school and collegiate athletic programs, as well as numerous travel teams, youth organizations, and corporations. With its top-quality screen printing and embroidery coupled with the best prices in the region, the Runaround is your answer to any team apparel needs.
Hi, I'm Marti Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
The Sports Fan Base Network, this area's leader in high school sports broadcasting, is heading to TCN with a brand new talk show. Join us every other Wednesday at 6 o'clock for SFBN Talks High School Sports. We'll have everything from interviews with players, coaches, writers, and more, plus analysis, rankings, highlights, and in-depth features on major topics in the Delaware Valley High School sports community. Tune in every other Wednesday, 6 p.m. on TCN for SFBN Talks High School Sports.
The Writers' Corner is brought to you by El Dion Pajolari State Farm Insurance Agency. For all your insurance and financial needs, please contact El Dion and his friendly team at 215-485-5556 or visit their website, epinsured.com. Welcome back to SFBN Talks High School Sports. It's now time for the Writers' Corner, and we bring back Ed Morrone, the sports editor from the Northeast Times. Ed, welcome back.
Great to be back, Ari.
Now, on the football preview show, we talked about the Public League 4A level. We knew it would be pretty tight. Now, the teams that you cover in Northeast, which do you think has a chance to make a run at that title?
Well, Northeast, much ballyhooed coming out of the gate, but they struggled. They lost 3 games by a combined 4 points, but now all of a sudden, they're showing signs of life. They've won 3 out of their last 4, so they're looking on the upswing. But the team that really, really impresses me, the George Washington Eagles. They're 4-1 in the division, but that's not really what impresses me, the wins. It's the loss that they took against Ben Franklin, a game Washington knows they should have won. They let it get away. That win by Franklin told me so much about Washington in a losing effort, that their defense is so good and they can run the football. They have 4 guys that have carried the ball 40 or more times this year, collectively averaging about 5.5 yards a carry. So they can beat you with defense led by Sharif Miller, and they can beat you by running the ball down your throat. They are a team that is absolutely going to be there in the end.
Now, over in the Catholic League, you cover Father Judge and Archbishop Ryan. Both teams have had some ups and downs this year. Do you see either of them making some noise in the PCL playoffs?
Judge, not so much. Unfortunately for them, their downs are coming right now. They dropped a real tough, close one to Roman Catholic 2 weeks ago. A not so close one this past week in the St. Joe's Prep. Zach Carroll, their quarterback, out with a concussion. Edie Thainrat, their all-world running back. He's having a great season, been bottled up in those last 2 losses. Unfortunately, he just can't do it all by himself. Head coach Mike McKay has done a good job, but it's just a really tall mountain to climb for Judge, especially with LaSalle looming. But it's Archbishop Ryan. They are on the upswing after losing to Bonner Prendy 3 weeks ago on the last play of the game with zeros on the clock. It looks like 0-2, season in peril. Not so fast against Archbishop Carroll. Running back Samir Bullock breaks his own record, single game rushing record, with 377 yards. Follows that up this past weekend in a 51-6 win over O'Hara with another 300-yard game, and in the process becomes the school's all-time leading rusher, over 3,500 yards, and the kid does it in less than 2 seasons. They're going to get a shot at Bonner Prendy again, and I talked to Samir and head coach Frank McCardle after that one. They are determined. They cannot wait to see the Friars again. This is a team on a mission.
Samir Bullock, a very talented running back, and he is in our Recruit Me Technology Spotlight. Today's technology, tomorrow's athlete. Now, switching gears a little bit, you also cover soccer, and there's a lot of great soccer being played in Northeast Philadelphia. Let's start on the boys' side. What have you seen? Who is a team that has impressed you?
Father Judge and LaSalle, they're the 2 top teams. Look out for that in the end in the Catholic League.
Now, on the girls' side, we did a feature on Archbishop Ryan on last week's episode of SFBN Talks. I'm sure that you've covered them in depth. What have you seen from the Ragdolls this year?
Here's some numbers for you. 11-0 in the Catholic League, as if that's not hard enough to do. They did not allow a single goal in league this year. They're going for their 3rd straight Catholic League crown. Senior goalie Jasmine Gonzalez has only allowed 6 goals the entire season. 52 career shutouts. She just broke the school record for career shutouts, and she's got a shot at the state record of 58 should the team win the Catholic League playoffs, head into the state tournament. That's where they have some unfinished business, getting bounced early last year. The senior who was signed for Charleston Southern University, she is fiercely determined. This is a team to look out for. Good luck scoring on them.
Yeah, those 52 shutouts are our scary stat of the week, presented by the Festival of Fears, and that's just an amazing accomplishment. Now, over in the Public League, we'll actually be covering the Public League Girls Soccer 3A Championship on the Sports Fan Base Network on Monday, October 27th. I'm sure you'll be there. A team that I expect to be there as well, the Franklintown Charter Coyotes, and that's somewhat surprising to me in a way because they lost the Gilborges twins. They lost Stephanie Ulmer. All that talent gone, and yet the Coyotes are back in it.
You know who they didn't lose? Head coach Brianna O'Donnell. They're 10-0 in the Public League again, going for their 4th straight Public League championship. I'm with you. I'd be shocked if they aren't there in that championship game. Devin Keller, the only captain, a senior sweeper. She is the player to look out for. She's the quarterback of that team. Brianna O'Donnell, she's such a great coach and a great lady, and she's really just brought this team back to a possible four-peat, a dynasty. What else can you say about the job that she's done at Franklin Town Charter? It's remarkable.
Well, it sounds like between soccer and football, you'll be pretty busy for the rest of the month and November.
Jack of all trades, Ari. What can I say?
Ed Morrone, the sports editor from the Northeast Times. Thanks a lot for coming on the show, Ed.
Great to be back, Ari. Thank you very much.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will continue on with our football talk here on SFBN Talks High School Sports.
The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear. And the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown.
When we come to sleep.
Festival of Fear at the VE Club. What is your phobia?
The Sports Fan Base Network, this area's leader in high school sports broadcasting, is heading to TCN with a brand new talk show. Tune in every other Wednesday, 6 p.m. on TCN for SFBN Talks High School Sports.
Welcome back to SFBN Talks. With 6 high-profile games coming up this weekend, we sent our correspondents out on location to get some more insight.
This is Jack Kapp reporting from the Northwest Super Site in Philadelphia, where the Martin Luther King Cougars will host the Washington Eagles on Friday night in a key Public League 4A matchup. Washington relies on running the ball with senior Nigel Seeley and junior Quadir Cobbs. Head coach Ron Cohen always sports a good defense, and he has one of the best defensive ends in the country in Sharif Miller, who is getting many Division I college looks. King and head coach Ed Dunn like to spread things out on offense a little bit, and sophomore quarterback Nasir Boykin leads the passing attack, throwing for over 1,400 yards already this season. This is our SFBN Game of the Week, and it should be a good one between two teams fighting for second place in the Independence Division. You can watch the game live on www.thesfbn.com, thesfbn.com. I'm Jack Kapp, reporting from the Northwest Super Site in Philadelphia.
This is Joey Lena coming to you from Cherokee High School in Marlton, New Jersey, the site of Friday night's clash between the Shawnee Renegades and the Cherokee Chiefs. Shawnee is a perfect 5-0 this year and are the defending South Jersey Public Group 4 champions. Head coach Tim Gashu knows that this is the biggest game of the year, and he'll be relying on Jake Parola, who leads the Renegade rushing attack and also has 4 interceptions on the defensive side of the ball. The Cherokee Chiefs are also a defending champion, winning the 2013 South Jersey Public Group 5 title. The Chiefs are led by senior running back Mark Woodard, who has scored a rushing interception, return, and a kickoff return touchdown. This should be one of the best games of the year in South Jersey, with 2 of the top programs in the state. I'm Joey Lena coming to you from Cherokee High School in Marlton, New Jersey.
This is Lyle Bowden at Neshaminy High School, where the Redskins will host the North Penn Knights on Friday night in a rematch of last year's 4A District 1 championship game. With first-year head coach Mike Frederick, it's been an up-and-down year all over for Neshaminy thus far. Running back DeAndre Pollard has had a couple of big games, but hasn't been too consistent. Sophomore quarterback Mason Jones is slowly getting more comfortable in his starting role, and his favorite target has been none other but two-way athlete Denzel Hughes. North Penn, led by longtime coach Dick Beck, has had some big wins but some tough losses as well this season. And running back Nifees West will be the key if North Penn really wants to take down these Redskins. I'm Lyle Bowden from Neshaminy High School in Langhorne, PA.
This is Jordan Hofferman reporting from Conshohocken, where the Roman Catholic Cahillites will host the St. Joseph Prep Hawks in a 4A Catholic League matchup on Friday night. Roman is the underdog in this game, but has had a pretty good year so far with a dynamic running attack and solid passing game. Running back Dimitri Kelly has had a phenomenal year with over 800 yards rushing, and John Chaney has over 300 yards on the ground. Junior quarterback Phil DeWilliams has thrown for over 1,200 yards, including a 415-yard game against Downingtown East. The Prep is arguably one of the best teams in the country, led by a running attack of Olama De Zacchaeus and DeAndre Swift, and senior leaders such as Penn State commit John Reed and Michigan commit John Daniel Runyon. Quarterback Jack Clements has run the offense nicely, already eclipsing the 1,000-yard passing mark. I'm Jordan Hofferman, reporting from Conshohocken.
This is Emily Henning at Pennsbury High School, where the Falcons of Pennsbury host the CB South Titans on Friday night in a battle of two of the top Suburban 1 squads. Galen Snyder's team has been dominant so far this year, and their ground and pound attack is led by senior running back and Rutgers commit Charles Snorway. Snorway has been complemented this year by quarterback Mike Alley, a transfer from Conwell Egan, and a tough Pennsbury defense. CB South will be a worthy opponent for Pennsbury, as the Titans also have a good defense and running attack. Notre Dame commit Josh Adams has already eclipsed the 1,000-yard rushing mark, coming off a junior season that was cut short by a season-ending knee injury. With Adams and Snorway both on the field tonight, we could see some electrifying runs. I'm Emily Henning from Pennsbury High School in Fairless Hills.
This is Sam Bell coming to you from Downingtown, PA. And if you're a high school football fan in this area, you know Friday night is the battle between East and West. For the Downingtown West Whippets, senior quarterback Tyler McNulty has a great year thus far, throwing for over 1,100 yards and rushing for 300 more. When McNulty doesn't have the ball in his hands, sophomore running back Mike Riddick and junior back Jake Barr lead the rushing attack. The Downingtown East Cougars also have a pretty good quarterback in Andrew Hudson, who has thrown for over 1,200 yards so far this year. His favorite target is Carrie Angeline, who is in the top 10 in southeastern PA in receiving yards. Get ready for a big high school football bout Friday night. It should be a good one. From Downingtown, PA, this is Sam Bell.
Those games look awesome. I can't wait to see them. Now take a look at what's coming up on SFBN.
Tweet out a Halloween costume selfie and use the hashtag SFBN Talks, and you may see your picture on our next episode. Well, that about wraps things up for this edition of SFBN Talks High School Sports. Natalie, you seem pretty pumped up for these high school games.
I am so pumped. I'm tearing apart your set. I'm so excited.
And you're going to watch all those games on SFBN,
I
right?
am going to watch them, and I'm going to tell the world about SFBN.
Oh, great to hear.
Yeah.
Natalie Egenolf of Phillies Nation and WIP, it's been a pleasure having you
Thank
here
you so much for having me.
Thank you for watching this evening. We'll be back in a couple weeks. Have a good night.
Select video equipment for SFBN Talks has been provided by DMP Video. DMP Video. You provide the moment, we'll capture the memories. For more information about our videography services, please go to our website at www.dmpvid.com.
The High School Scholar Athlete of the Month for October is Julianne Blank of Archbishop Ryan High School in Philadelphia. A 4-year starter for Ryan Girls Soccer, Julianne was an all-Catholic and all-state striker for the 2013 Catholic League champion Ragdolls. Julianne is in the top 5% of her class, works with Athletes Helping Athletes, a special needs organization, and is a Ryan High School ambassador.
The Sports Fanbase Network, this area's leader in high school sports broadcasting, is heading to TCN with a brand new talk show. Join us every other Wednesday at 6 o'clock for SFBN Talks High School Sports. We'll have everything from interviews with players, coaches, writers, and more, plus analysis, rankings, highlights, and in-depth features on major topics in the Delaware Valley high school sports community. Tune in every other Wednesday, 6 p.m. on TCN for SFBN Talks High School Sports.